Welcome to the Eden Way, where we rediscover divine health through nature's purest remedies. This is Healing Naturally with Asenath Nyabuto, where food is medicine and lifestyle becomes a pathway to restoration. Today, we delve into one of God's most overlooked gifts, the sacred science of sleep. With profound scriptural insight and compelling scientific evidence, Pastor David Shin reveals how our nightly routine directly impacts our physical health, mental clarity, and spiritual vitality.
Have a bedtime routine. And for many Americans, this is our bedtime routine. This is how we begin the process of trying to fall asleep. There's something in your brain called the suprachiasmatic nucleus. It's connected to your optic nerve, and it regulates the biological rhythms that are in your body. And one of the things that it does is that it regulates the secretion of melatonin. And what studies have found is that compared to reading a printed book, reading on an iPad suppressed melatonin release by over 50% at night. Indeed, iPad reading delayed the rise of melatonin by up to 3 hours relative to the natural rise in these same individuals when reading a printed book. This is what happens, and I've tried various experiments related to this phone, and I found that it's true. If I'm on my phone just before I go to bed, or any screen, it tricks my suprachiasmatic nucleus to thinking that it's still daylight, because it's the emission of blue light. And we are living in an age of epidemic proportion of an addiction to our screens. And it's destroying our generation, upcoming generations, and a mental health crisis that is unprecedented to this point. Matthew Walker, who was previously a professor at Harvard University, now he's at UC Berkeley, he runs the Sleep Institute. He brings out this about sleep. Routinely sleeping less than 6 hours a night weakens your immune system, substantially increases your risk of certain forms of cancer. Insufficient sleep appears to be a key lifestyle factor linked to your risk of developing Alzheimer's disease. Inadequate sleep, even moderate reductions for just 1 week, disrupts blood sugar levels so profoundly that you will be classified as pre-diabetic. Short sleeping increases the likelihood of your coronary arteries becoming blocked and brittled, setting you on a path toward cardiovascular disease, stroke, and congestive heart failure. Adults 45 years or older who sleep less than 6 hours a night are 200% more likely to have a heart attack or stroke during their lifetime as compared to those sleeping 7 to 8 hours a night. Relative to the recommended 7 to 9 hours, the shorter you sleep, the shorter your lifespan. The old maxim, "I'll sleep when I'm dead," is therefore unfortunate. Matthew Walker indicated that in 20 years of working with patients with mental illness, he has not found one patient with mental illness that had a normal sleep pattern. Have a bedtime routine. And I have something that I do with my phone at home. I found that if I put my phone on my nightstand, when I get up the next morning, it's over. Because I reach for my phone instead of my Bible. And sometimes I think I'll have devotions on my phone. But those notifications come up, and I'm like, let me just check my Facebook. And it's a black hole that I never come out of again. So this is what I do. You want to spend your secret time with God in the morning, special, in the secret place? I park my phone in the living room on airplane mode. That's the only way I can do it. Your success with God the next morning begins the night before. And for some of us, we need to put it in a suitcase with a combination lock. You need to create some resistance to this. Because on your deathbed, you're not going to be wishing, oh, I wish I spent more time on Instagram. But you may just wish I'd spent more time talking to God. Park it in a place that is out of the way. And the research has shown that just having your phone by your nightstand decreases the quality of your sleep. There's something about the brain that recognizes that it's there and it's waiting for the next dopamine hit. Very quickly, tips for healthy sleep from Matthew Walker. Stick to a sleep schedule. Go to bed and wake up at the same time each day. And he says, even on weekends. Very quickly, exercise is great, but not too late in the day. Try to exercise at least 30 minutes on most days, but not later than 2 to 3 hours before your bedtime. This is not from Counsels on Diet and Food. This is from Matthew Walker. Avoid caffeine and nicotine. Coffees and colas, certain teas and chocolate contain stimulant caffeine, and its effects can take as long as 8 hours to wear off fully. It says, if possible, avoid medicines that delay or disrupt your sleep, and of course, consult your medical doctor. Avoid large meals and beverages late at night. Don't take naps after 3 p.m. Relax before bed, which includes take a hot bath before bed, dark bedroom, cool bedroom, gadget-free bedroom. Put your phone in a place that is hard to reach before you go to bed, preferably in another room or drawer. And he says, have the right amount of sunlight exposure. Very quickly, I'm running out of time. This is from the Wall Street Journal, and I found it to be helpful. 3, 2, 1. 3 hours before bed, no food. 2 hours before bed, no work. And a minimum 1 hour before bed, no screen.